All right, today we're going to talk about the conga drum, also referred to as the tumbadora. The conga drum is part of the hand drum family and is from Cuba. Unlike some drums where we strike a drum with a stick or a mallet, we're going to strike this drum primarily with our hands. And doing that, we can create some different sounds. All of those complex patterns you just saw me play are made up of three basic tones. Okay? The first one is called the open tone. The second one, muted or muffled tone. And the third one is called the slap. All right, each of those sounds can be used together to create that complex pattern that I just played for you, which is called the timbal pattern. But before we talk about the timbal pattern, I'd like to show you a couple things about the drum itself so that you can understand what you're playing on, okay? There are different parts of this drum that we need to be aware of. The first one is the drum head that's on the top of the drum, and that's held down by this rim. And if you notice, this rim is kind of curved, okay? This curve shape is really helpful. When I hit my hand on the drum, I'm going to actually hit part of my palm on the rim of the drum and relax my fingers to hit the head of the drum. And that's going to create the open tone sound for me. I'm not going to hit the head of the drum like this, in other words. I'm going to hit it on the edge of the drum, right where the curve is, and let my fingers relax. And that's going to create our open tone sound. All right, the rim is held on by the lugs, which have these bolts that tighten and loosen the rim, which tightens and loosens the drum head. And they're all held together by the shell of the drum. All right, to play the open tone on the conga drum, I'm going to place my right hand, either my right hand or left hand, but I'll start with my right hand today. My right hand on the rim of the drum and relax my fingers, and I'm going to hit the drum so that my palm hits the rim of the drum. My fingers are relaxed, and they strike the drum head, and then they come off quickly. If I place my whole hand on the drum and hit it this way, it doesn't have the same ring to it. This time, though, if I place my hand back on the rim of the drum and relax my fingers and strike the drum, it's going to create a nice ringing open tone sound. It's important to keep my fingers relaxed and not hit the drum super hard so I can get a nice open sound on that without hurting my hand. So that's the open tone. Okay, the next sound we're going to create is called a muffled sound, and the muffled sound is probably the easiest and trickiest sound on the drum at the same time. I'm going to do this with my left hand, and I'm going to place my left hand on the head of the drum, and I'm just going to relax my hand, and that's the placement for my left hand on the drum, is right across here. When I play a muffled sound, I don't want the drum to ring, so I'm just going to place my hand on the drum and leave it there. Just let it fall down, like it's almost like it's a dead fish. It just falls on the drum. The muffled sound can be created two ways. We're going to place the hand on the drum, like I already showed you, just like this, or we're going to lift the fingers off the drum and just relax them back on the drum, like this. That also creates a muffled sound or a muted sound. And we're going to use both of those techniques when we do this. So it looks like this. We're going to call the first one the palm and the second one fingers. So we have palm and finger. So that would be the muffled sound or muted tone we're going to do. And we're going to use our left hand primarily for that. The third sound is called a slap. And the slap is going to combine both the open tone concept and the muffled tone concept at the same time. So I'm going to put my left hand on the drum, leave it on the drum head, and strike the drum like I did an open tone sound. And it's going to create a more slappy sound on the drum. If I take my left hand off the drum and I play that, it's going to create an open tone sound. Put my left hand back on the drum, leave it on the drum head, and then slap the drum. Okay, so now we're going to give you some time to practice each of the tones. The open tone, the muted sound, and the slap tone. If you don't have a drum to practice on, you can use your lap or a desktop to practice those same techniques to get the sounds. When you start to feel more comfortable with those sounds, we're going to move on to putting those sounds into some more complicated rhythms for you. All right, to get started, we're going to put the drums aside, and we're going to learn the basic rhythm of the timbal pattern by practicing on our lap. That pattern goes like this. It's not too complicated. So here's what it is. We're going to start with the left hand. We're going to play on count 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Left, right, left, right, right. Let's go ahead and go through it 3 times with me. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right. Okay, great job. All right, so now we're going to give you some time to practice that. You can use the play along track, you can use some other music you might have, and just see if you can get that pattern so it's consistent, starting with the left hand and making sure that you're keeping a very even, steady pace. When we go on to the next more complicated rhythm, we're going to stay with those same hands and add more technique to that. Now we're going to take that basic rhythm we just learned, the left, right, left, right, right, and we're going to add one simple technique to the left hand part. Left, right, left, right, right. Okay? Watch that one more time. Left, right, left, right, right. Okay, so all I did was I took my left hand part and I'm going to play 2 sounds with my left hand. Okay? So instead of striking my lap or the drum 1 time, I'm going to hit it twice by doing this technique. Okay, I'm going to hit with my palm, palm, and lift my fingers up and hit with my fingers, creating 2 different muted sounds. Okay, so it goes like this: palm, finger, palm, finger. Now I'm going to slow this pattern way down so that we can practice the left hand part and see if we can keep it in the same rhythm together. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right. Okay, great job. We'll try that a couple more times just to make sure we get the left hand part here, but let's practice one more time, getting the left hand so that we're playing the correct technique. And the technique is our palm flat on our leg and our fingers come up and then hit our lap as well. Okay? So it's palm, finger, palm, finger. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Did you notice that I changed the words from left, right, right to palm, finger, slap, palm, finger, open, open? When we get back to the drums, we want to make sure that we keep thinking the same concepts we're using on our lap so that when we get to the drums it's easier and we can make the transition clearly. So let's actually practice thinking through this pattern now as a palm finger slap concept as opposed to a left-right concept. Okay? Try it with me a couple of times. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Okay, I think we're ready to try and add one new concept to this, okay? If you notice, when I say palm, finger, slap, I'm keeping my left hand on my leg. When I'm going to say palm, finger, open, open, I'm going to take my left hand off of my leg for the open parts, like this. So, palm, finger, slap, keep my hand on my leg. Palm, finger, open, open. I'm taking my left hand off my leg. Okay? Practice that with me a couple of times. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. All right, so this pattern is a little more complicated than the first rhythm we learned. So take some time to practice it so that you get pretty good at it. When we get back to the real drums, instead of hitting on your lap, you're going to be surprised to hear the different sounds you're already creating by doing these patterns correctly. Now we're going to apply all the things we just learned back on the drum itself. Okay, so let's start with that first rhythm that we learned, okay? Here's how it goes. Left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right. When I add in the technique that we just learned as well, it sounds like this. Left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right. If you notice, the rhythm essentially stays the same, okay? The hands really do stay the same though, okay? So when we run left, right, left, right, right, and the other pattern, left, right, left, right, right, they're the same hands. The only difference is, again, my left hand technique is playing 2 hits instead of 1 hit. All right, so we want to practice on the drum getting the different sounds and getting the different patterns going here. This is going to be a complicated process for us to go through. So I'm going to break it down into some really simple steps for us to work on, okay? Always go back to the understanding that you can work on your lap or a tabletop to practice these skills and get better at them. So let me start by talking about the left hand part on the actual drum itself, okay? We're going to play the left hand on the head of the drum and be really relaxed when we do this. Place the left hand on the drum by laying it flat, and then lift the fingers up and hit the fingers back on the drum, okay? We're going to call that palm finger. So palm, finger, and make sure it's flat on top of the drum. Okay, the next part to check out is the slap. It's the most obvious part because it's the next part in the pattern. So if we go palm, finger, slap, I want to keep my left hand down on the drum the whole time, okay, when I do the slap sound. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, slap. Okay, try that with me a couple times. Here we go. 2, ready, go. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, slap. Okay. Once you have that down, the next part is actually, I think, pretty easy. We're just going to take the left hand off of the drum to create the open tones. The right hand is doing the same thing, okay? Palm, finger, open, open. Palm, finger, open, open. Okay, let's try and put it together and see how we do. You practiced on your lap already. You practiced the rhythms before. We're not going to practice the rhythm. We're going to practice the second part, the more complicated pattern we just learned, okay? So here we go. It's going to sound like this. Let me show you one more time. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Okay? Try it with me a couple times. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. Palm, finger, slap. Palm, finger, open, open. All right, I think you're going to need some time to practice that to get some skills learned and make sure that you're keeping the right coordination of when your left hand should stay on the drum and when your left hand should come off of the drum. Saying the words palm, finger, slap, palm, finger, open, open, I think are key to your success. In future lessons, we're going to be adding additional instruments to this pattern to create a really cool Latin percussion section. I'm really looking forward to hearing that happen for you, and I wish you the best of luck in making this progress.